Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Evening Show right here on Smash FM here on a Friday here in Melbourne because let's go across to the US in particular and speak to another US music artist. And of course, she's coming to us from West Virginia. Of course, her name's Lily. She joins us right now. Thanks, Lily, for joining us.
Hi, happy to be here.
No worries. Well, tell us, obviously with what's been happening around the world at the moment, especially what's been happening over in the US, have you had a chance to do any performances prior to COVID?
I did some performances like back in February, then March everything hit and I couldn't really do much for a couple months, but starting June I was able to perform. But during like the whole lockdown, I was able to do live shows on my Facebook, so I was still able to perform in some way.
How strange was that to all of a sudden go from, doing some live performances in front of your fans in person to switching to online virtual performances?
It was kind of weird at first because I really enjoy like seeing everybody's faces and how they're like taking in the music, but when you're just singing in front of a phone, it's kind of different. Like you can still hear like see the feedback with comments, but it's different for sure.
I guess, what have you learned from doing things virtually?
Um that there is a bigger like platform online. Like online is you can reach so many people through like just your phone, like through music. Like it's just so different. You can reach so many people and make so many more connections through the internet, through live shows. It's really cool.
Now, you mentioned that you did do some live performances in person prior to COVID back in February, March.
Mhm.
Yes, tell us about a couple of those performances that you did.
I perform a bunch of places locally, like breweries, restaurants, birthday parties, private parties, all that. And it's just like, I don't know, I go out every weekend and just perform and sing for a couple hours for a crowd, and I really enjoy it.
Now we're all in a pandemic at the moment. I guess, do you miss doing live performances in person?
Yes, I do. I was getting like such a funk just because I missed going out and setting up my equipment and meeting a bunch of people in person. I missed it a whole lot. So I'm glad that things are trying to get back to normal a little bit.
Do you have any plans like in the next, 5 months to 6 months, hopefully to do some live performances once hopefully COVID goes away?
Yes, I have a bunch of stuff booked. Hopefully that they don't get canceled. I have all the way up through like October. I have some shows booked to do live in person performances.
Have you had a chance to sort of, sit down and sort of reflect on what you've already achieved and what you want to set yourself in regards to like goals after we all get over the other side of this pandemic?
Yes, I don't know. I think about music a lot, and I'm going to college to be a music teacher. And I teach music lessons now, but I want to further my education with music, and that's one of my big goals is to be a full-time teacher.
Now, you mentioned about um, wanting to become a music teacher. I guess I know this is going to sound a really silly question to ask, but would you rather be, I guess, doing, teaching music, or would you rather be performing music?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I'd love to do both, but if I had to choose, it would be to perform because I think even with like performing, you're still kind of teaching in some way.
And you might as well tell us which college you're planning to go to hopefully become a music teacher.
I'm going to be attending Bluefield College in Virginia.
How special is that to go to a college obviously close to home?
It's really close, like really special to me because I really like I want to be around my family, my friends, and I love the music program at Bluefield College, and I don't know, I love the area.
Music and side of things, and for what's been happening, I guess, have you sort of had a chance to write some music and hopefully release some EPs?
Yes, I've written so many songs and I've got music to a couple of them, so I'm like hopefully soon I'll get some of them out there.
For you, how you got involved in the music scene and why did you choose it?
I've always really liked music. My dad played a bunch of music growing up. He was in a band. And then about 5, 6 years ago, my mom put me in music lessons at Stages Music School in Princeton, West Virginia, and I just took off. I started my first guitar lesson and was hooked.
And what would be some highlights throughout your music journey?
Um, Probably definitely my performances and reaching a bigger platform. Like recently, my music has been getting shared on like big sites like Country Rebel and Music Crowns, and obviously doing interviews like this. I've been in the local paper a few times, and yeah, just getting noticed is really special.
Reading your bio and all that. Now, obviously, your genre of music is country music.
Hmm.
Obviously, the home of country music over there is Nashville, Tennessee, which is not too far
Yeah.
away from West Virginia. I guess, is that something you want to do to perform in the music city?
Yes, I'd love to go to Nashville one day and just perform.
Do you have a particular country music artist that you look up to?
I would say my top two are Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn. Not only do I love their voices, I love their story and just like small town girl just making it big.
And what does country music mean to you now?
Country music, I grew up on country music, so when I hear country music or sing country music, it feels like home. And I just want to keep it as authentic and classic as I can.
And do you have any short or long term goals in music other than teaching?
Short term, I'd like to just continue with live shows and keep obviously finish writing my own songs and get them out there. And then in the long haul, I'd like to still teach and continue to perform.
And what will be your advice to people out there that should get involved in the music scene, especially country music?
Um, my advice would be is to just keep on going, keep recording songs, writing songs, listening to music, covering. Just try to get yourself out there as much as you can, and just keep country music alive.
Now, you mentioned the venues that you've had a chance to perform prior to the pandemic in 2020. Is there one particular venue that you love performing to that you would go back to perform?
Yes, I have one favorite venue. It's called Trail 12 Barbecue, and it's in Gilbert, West Virginia. And it's just this small barbecue place up in the mountains where people that are riding their ATVs and four wheelers can come and eat and listen to music. And it's really beautiful up there. And I don't know, it just feels like home there.
And you must well tell us, obviously, most people know that most music, and especially country music, is based in the South, especially in Nashville and all the other states in the south of the US. How's music like there at West Virginia?
It's mostly country. A lot of people like the country, like older country, and like newer artists like Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen. And yeah, it's mostly country, I would say. Everybody loves it.
Now let's finish off with a couple of light-hearted questions. But before I do that, tell us how important has your family and your parents been in regards to your music journey?
Oh man, I'm gonna try not to cry, but my parents are everything to me. They support me in everything that I do, and they're always like pushing me to do better with music. They come to all my shows and they share all my videos, and I just love them.
Now let's finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions, which is any embarrassing moments on stage?
Um, Probably, yeah. I've had a few embarrassing moments, probably like forgetting to plug in my guitar and wondering why the sound's not coming out when the chord's sitting on the ground. And forgetting words is obviously something a little embarrassing, but with everything that happens, every little embarrassing moment, I just take it with a grain of salt now and laugh it off. And yeah.
Well, you pretty much almost answered my next question about forgetting lyrics to a song. Is there one,
Oh, yeah.
I guess, what do you do to sort of camouflage forgetting your words?
Sometimes if I forget my words, I'll just keep playing my guitar and smile, or I'll just add some like oohs or ahs in there just to cover it up.
Now, you mentioned about playing the guitar in particular. How special is it to, especially when you forget music and obviously trying to cover, some embarrassing moments. I guess how special to have the guitar to sort of cover it all up.
It's really like it's my rock. I lean on my guitar so much. If I don't have a guitar in my hands, I kind of freak out because guitar is really special to me. It's my favorite instrument, and I always lean on that.
And when did you start picking up the guitar?
Um, my dad tried to show me how to play when I was really little, but we both don't have a lot of patience. But as I've grown, I've matured and got more patience. And it was about, I want to say 2014 that I really started getting into playing the guitar.
Now, I know as you mentioned, you do perform live performances, as you mentioned a couple of times during this interview. When introduce yourself to your amazing fans over there, is there any point that you actually forget what location you're performing at, and just say a particular location without realizing you mentioned the wrong location completely?
So if I have, I've never caught myself, but no, I perform locally a lot, so I guess it might be a little bit more difficult to mess up a location.
And I guess what was the funniest ever performance that you've ever done?
The funniest, I would have to say I went on tour last year with a group of young adults. It's One Voice Project, and we went to Asheville, North Carolina, and we performed in front of a bunch of kids at like a middle school, and all the kids are into that Fortnite and dancing, all the weird dances and stuff. So I'd have to say watching those kids dance, those hilarious dances while we were singing was pretty funny.
Have you had any weird song requests from any of your fans?
Weird. I don't think so. I get a lot of people ask me to sing Country Roads, Take Me Home by John Denver, which is not really weird, but everybody wants to hear that song wherever you go.
It's funny because you actually answered my next question about what was the most common song request. I guess I'm sure you've now mastered that song.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Now, of course, I can tell you that obviously there's a couple of you do have some Australian fans over here, including myself, and we are all wondering, are you hopefully wanting to come down here and perform down here in Australia?
Oh, that's a dream of mine. I'd love to. I've always wanted to visit Australia, and just if I could have the opportunity to perform there, that would be amazing.
And we'll finish off with two final ones, which is, I guess you mentioned about what was the most common song request. Do you have a favorite song that you like to perform the most?
My favorite song probably is Strawberry Wine by Dina Carter, just because I feel like it really showcases my voice, and everybody loves that song. And I've been playing that song since the beginning. Like, since I've been performing, it's always been Strawberry Wine that I've played at my shows.
I'll finish off with one last one, which is, for everyone that should follow your music on social media and through the music channels, how can they go about it, Lily?
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And if you just search up Lily Comer, you should be able to find me.
Well, Lily, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. It's awesome having you on the show. We hope we can get to meet you in person once this pandemic blows over.
Yes.
Hopefully, and it'd be great to meet you in person. Hopefully, sometime down the track.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you.
No worries. And that's Lily Comer there, of course, from West Virginia. Of course, as she mentioned, you can follow her music, especially her live performances, which are amazing live performances that she does on the social media, which she mentioned. And we'll put all the details on our social media in the next couple of hours or so. There's more on the Smash Everything show right after this. Don't go away.